Welcome back to the stage. We got a message from Wolf after all kinds of insanity with our friends happened, and we didn't talk to Wolf and ask him to reach out to his police contacts to avert a crisis, but I guess maybe every crisis doesn't require a hacker friend. But honestly, I wasn't even asking for his hacker skills. I was just asking for his police contacts, just to make it a little easier to locate the correct precinct for the location that they're in so that we could file a report, because since Sophie recorded the conversation, we've got everything on tape. You don't have to take anyone's word for it. I mean, granted, it all sounds like AI, but I think it's not supposed to. So, I hate how every time I just open the game, it advances the conversation. Like Wolf said something else. Before it said, I have news, and now it says, this could change everything. Oh no. There's news, Indigo. This could change everything. Spill the beans, Wolf. I'm excited as hell. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just can't fight it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Should I be worried? What's going on? Is it about the gas station? Should I be worried? What's going on? I took a closer look at Fear's cell phone and tried to locate it. It worked. I now know the cell where it was last logged in. Okay. Wolf, you're the best. Tell me, where is he? Do you know who he is? You're the best. Now tell me other information. He needs those ego boosts, I guess. It's important to our relationship that I keep telling him he's the best all the time. You won't believe it. At the gas station near the festival. Around the time when Sophie found these mannequins there. I think it is someone in our group. Do you understand? He was there when your friends were there too. It could be someone in the group. It could be the gas station attendant. It could be that person running around in the shadows in front of the van that Nils saw. How's that possible? The gas station attendant, I knew there was something wrong with him. Okay, now it's clear. Fear is definitely not a harmless weirdo. We must at least take that into consideration. At first, I thought it was the gas station attendant, but now I think we can rule him out. Why is that? I don't understand. It's obvious now that he's behind Fear. It's not. We should not be too quick to exclude anyone. Why is that? So I took a closer look at this gas station. It has a modern website, looks legit, and there are only positive reviews. That doesn't mean we can rule him out. Everything from clean store to friendly gas station attendant. But the crucial point is, Fear's cell phone was only logged into the cell for a short time, before it left again. So Fear is no longer there, but the gas station attendant is. I just called the gas station and he picked up the phone. It's a phone. Great, but that doesn't automatically mean he has nothing to do with it, does it? Sounds plausible, but what if he's still involved in some way? Okay, but who else would have been at this exact gas station at the same time? Sounds plausible, but what if he's still involved in some way? Yes, you are right. We must not exclude him. On the other hand, maybe that's exactly what Fear had planned. Leave the dolls right there so you can find them, including a music box at full volume. What was Jimmy? Was Jimmy the growling noise, or did Jimmy also do the music box thing? Like, which part of that did Jimmy do? Like, Jimmy took credit for something, but was it just the growling? Did he lock Sophie in? Like, I don't understand what the prank was. I don't understand which part was the prank and which part they, actually stumbled into. It would have been crazy if he had staged it all like that. If this was really planned, the guy clearly has too much free time and a pretty sick hobby. Dolls and music as a lure, that sounds a bit too far-fetched for me. If this really was planned, the guy clearly has too much free time and a pretty sick hobby. Definitely, he should get himself a puzzle or a dog. But the good thing is that as soon as Fear's cell phone logs into the next cell, You know exactly where he is. What did you just try to write and erase? The fact is, his cell phone seems to be moving and hardly on foot in the area. I know where you're going with this. Wait a minute. This may sound crazy, but let me think this through. If Sophie and the others were at the gas station at exactly the same time as Fear, could Fear be someone from your group? I knew that's where he was going. Think about it. That would explain a lot. For example, why would the cell phone left the cell shortly afterwards? You're not really seriously asking that now, are you? That sounds pretty far-fetched, but now that you mention it, kind of makes sense. I exclude Alex, Ruben, Jimmy, and Sophie. I know them inside out. Which leaves Nils and Ron. And Nils? I don't know him as well as the others, but I can't imagine he'd do something like that. So it only leaves Ron. No, Ron, of course. The guy is totally into Sophie, and he would do anything to get closer to her. What if he found out that I, as her ex, am still in such close contact? Yeah, this is all about... Come on, Wolf. This is not all about you. You think this whole thing was set up to mess with you, but they sent it to me to get to you through me? Like, what? Maybe this is his twisted way of warning or intimidating me. You think he'd go that far just to get Sophie? It's right, Wolf. I hadn't thought of that before. No, Wolf, I simply don't believe it. You'd think he'd go that far just to get Sophie? Exactly. Greetings to the hacker. You will lose her. It all fits together. He did say you will lose her, didn't he? You will lose her. Who else would that refer to? My mom? Who? I don't remember you will lose her, I guess. I think it was you will lose them, wasn't it? Was it you will lose her? And this person knows I'm not with the group. I'm kind of building a theory. I think, I don't know if the developers would do this, but I feel like there's two plots. Either this is like a one-off game, like one episode game, or there's two plots. There's someone messing with us as Fear, and then there's something else that's going to happen at the festival that's related to some bigger thing. But like the person who's been messing with us this whole time as Fear is going to feel really bad. This is my theory right now. And I am leaning towards Nils, but it honestly could also be any of them. It's probably not Jimmy because he's already pulled a prank and then outed himself. Like, he didn't have to out himself right then. He could have, if it was part of some bigger prank he was pulling, he didn't have to out himself. So I think it's either Nils or... I don't know enough about the other ones. I mean, he could be Alex. He could be, like, mad. Like, he could be having, like, hiding a seething rage underneath all of this. Like, how dare you flirt with Ruben? I know I said I just wanted you to be happy. And I do, but I want to be mad first. I don't know. I don't think it's Ron. He's like the obvious person. He's like the Julius of this group. Like, he wears his assholery on his sleeve. So, like, why why would he be both, like, an obvious overt asshole and also a secret asshole? Like, he's just such a he he just thinks that nothing he says is wrong. But why are we at this point in a mystery anyway? Why? This is what I don't understand. We're in episode 1, and we've got this much of a mystery, like, figured out? I mean, there has to be. It's too much. We figured out too much for this to be one episode, like, episode 1. Unless this is only, like, a 3-episode game or something. It's not a 1-episode game, because episode 2 is already out in German. Okay. Sounds crazy, but it makes sense. Sorry, Wolf, I can imagine Ron doing a lot of things, but not this. Sorry, Wolf, I can imagine him doing a lot of things, but not this. Maybe, but with Ron, I'd rather be too careful than too naive. That's fair. Was there anything else that struck you as odd or didn't fit as a picture? Ron said he could wrap me and Sophie up with his money to end up with her. Now that you mention it, the bit with the drunk policeman who hit on Sophie. Not really, except for the fact that he's been annoying. The bit with the drunk policeman who hit on Sophie. It's quite striking how Ron suddenly played the hero. He's never been this brave before. Wait, a drunk cop stops the bus, hit on Sophie, and Ron intervened? Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. You still in contact with your police friends? Yes, but it was even stranger. The cop wanted to interrogate Sophie alone in the car, and Ron refused to leave her alone. But I would have thought somebody else from our group would have refused to leave her alone. Like somebody who she trusted more. That sounds more like a scripted scene to me, if you know what I mean. Who knows, maybe the cop is so drunk because he had a wild party after Ron paid him, or he's faking. He seems to think he can fix everything with money. That's true. But the puzzle is slowly coming together. First the tickets, then this heroic scene. This could all be a big plan to impress Sophie. Think so? And you think he also, like, orchestrated this whole special festival in the desert thing? Seem that rich? I mean, not in the desert. It's not in the desert. When I think of festivals, I think of deserts, but in the woods. Or we're just getting ahead of ourselves. It sounds too far-fetched, even for Ron. If that was really his plan, then a lot of things become clear to me now. If you're really right, maybe we should let someone from the group in on it. Yeah, I guess. But who? That could be risky. If Ron gets wind of it, we don't know how he'll react. On the other hand, it would be helpful to have someone to keep an eye on him. Listen, Indigo, in a few minutes, the cell phone signal will probably appear in the next radio cell. Until then, I'll see what I can find out about Ron. If he's really behind this, I promise you we will know very soon. And then God have mercy on him. I trust you, Wolf. If Ron is really behind this, we really need something solid. Sounds good. I just hope we're not doing him wrong. And how should I deal with Ron until then? Stay cool or ask him. I trust you, Wolf. Don't worry, Indigo. I won't let up until we know exactly what's going on here. Oh, I know. If Ron is really behind this, we'll get him and fast. I like that you're being more chill and more cool, but I will never forget how in the sign you were just immediately like, you did it. You're guilty. You did it. No, I think you did it because you were the farthest person away from the scene of the crime. It's my favorite excuse for why he thinks somebody did it. Because they were the farthest away from the scene of the crime when the crime happened, you know. Or their cell phone was. But they were using their cell phone the whole time. I'm not going to tell you who the person is they were accusing, but I will tell you they were using their phone the whole time. I'll be right back. Hang in there. Okay. I really think it's Nils. Hey, here I am again. I think it's him, like, he just wanted this to be a trip to remember, and I really think there's gonna be a solution to this mystery, but we're gonna be, like, deep into the next mystery, and whoever it is who's been doing all of this with the creepy dolls and the video and the fear stuff, this person is gonna be, like, they're gonna feel bad, and so they're not gonna wanna say anything because they're gonna be like, "Ooh, this is serious." And they're not gonna take any real threats seriously because they are gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, well, I already tried this. Somebody must have figured out it was me, and now they're trying to do this back. Like, they're trying to get me back." And then it's gonna make a situation where people are, like, running headfirst into danger because they think there's no danger there. This is my theory for what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's my theory. So I need to work on my relationship with people. This is how I was in Orphans too, where I was like, because sometimes in these games you like really have to work on your relationship with people. Otherwise they won't listen to you when you try to tell them to like do something, like something that might save their lives. They won't trust you. Um I forgot that in Orphans that was the reason that I cared so much about keeping my relationships good with everyone. Um but I also am just a bit of a people pleaser. Okay. Here I am again. And this time I won't be so easily dissuaded. From what? The cop was so weird, right? Sophie looked at me like I was her personal knight in shining armor. You won't be so easily dissuaded from what? Because I'm not talking to you about my boyfriends. Oops, what did I say? Knight in shining armor, huh? You must have loved that. I didn't mean to pick that. I didn't even see what the options were. Haha, of course. Luckily, I was there to sort out the situation. I'm telling you, it was pure adrenaline. I just hope no Sophie now sees how much she means to me. No, she sees how much. I mean, I organized the tickets, protected her from that cop, and maybe now she'll finally realize I'm serious. You really spend a lot on Sophie. Why? Be honest, how far would you go to impress Sophie? Quite a lot of attention for someone who's hardly paid any attention to you so far, isn't it? Be honest, how far would you go to impress Sophie? Honestly? Hard to say. I mean, why shouldn't I give my all to show her how much she means to me? Um, that is so toxic. But don't worry, as soon as I realize that she doesn't like something, I'll leave it. Yeah, because your track record of that's been so good. But why do you ask? Are you getting at something specific? No, it's all good. I just want to make sure Sophie won't be disappointed. I feel like it's just a game to you, and Sophie is the prize, not the winner. Come on, Ron, is there anything else we should know? I feel like it's all just a game to you, and Sophie's the prize. A game? Seriously? If I was playing a game, I wouldn't be talking to you about it, would I? Yes. Because you want help. You need an ally in the game. Don't be ridiculous, Indigo. Listen, I know I'm not perfect. And maybe sometimes it seems like I'm trying too hard. But I just want Sophie to see me, you know? That's all there is to it. If you don't believe me, that's okay, but I have nothing to hide. And as for my suggestion from earlier, I'll keep my end of the bargain, don't worry. But I don't want you to pretend for me anymore. Honestly, it was a completely stupid idea of mine to get you involved at all. I'm really sorry, Indigo. I'll confess it to Sophie when I get the chance. From now on, I want to be honest with her the way she deserves it. And now let's just take it easy, shall we? What was his end of the bargain? Just that he was gonna, like, not be obnoxious to everyone? Like, what was the bargain? What was I getting out of this? Just for him not to, like, annoy everyone? Maybe I just overreacted a bit. Thanks for being honest. All right, let's finish the topic and move on. Sorry, but I just don't think you're right for Sophie. Maybe I overreacted a bit. Thanks for being honest. No problem, Indigo. I get it. But hey, I'm glad we could clear the air. I still don't like you, though. I don't think you're the... Hi, Alex. I don't think you're like the big mastermind behind this whole plot or whatever, and this is all just some ploy to get to Wolf or something crazy like that. But I do think I don't like you. I still don't like you. Hey. Hi. Ron was completely distracted. He said he would write to you. When did you become besties? Have you already swapped friendship bracelets or what? I think he has a new resolution, how to become a better person in 10 days. Absolutely. We're already planning a vacation together in his private jet, of course. Do you want to come? Please give me a break. I already have a headache just thinking about him. Sure, I'll pack my suitcase, but only if I can sit by the window. All joking aside, I think he really scored a few points with Sophie earlier. Let's be honest. That was decent of him, but anyone else would have gotten in the car with her too. Your cousin is even sitting next to him, and they're talking without her seeming annoyed. Well, as long as they get on well, that's okay. Let's see how long that lasts. Give him 5 more minutes, then he'll mess you up again. Maybe he's not as bad as we thought. As long as they get on well, it's okay. We'll see how long that lasts. Maybe Ron's okay after all, who knows? But I'm actually writing to you for a completely different reason. Great. It's about that stupid situation earlier. I know it wasn't right of me to hit on Ruben like that. You hit on him? Well, you know. Is that why you really broke up with me? Because you're gay? 'Cause that's okay, Alex. Live your truth, man. I'm okay with it. It's so much easier to accept that than the actual situation that we're supposedly in. It's alright, Alex, but why were you so irritated in the first place? It was just a game. It's nice that you realize it, but you've really spoiled the mood with it. Perhaps my question was simply not the best choice. What? I asked it to Sophie. I just asked Sophie. I didn't ask Robin. It's alright, but why were you so irritated in the first place? It was just a game. I know. But it's not just about the game. It's just... the thought that you might really have someone else by your side soon. That hurts. You don't want me. You just want... nobody else to have me. You just want me to be sitting around missing you still. Sorry about that, but what do you expect from me after you left? Alex, I understand, but someone new in my life doesn't change the fact that you're still important to me. You can't expect me to wait forever. That's not true. You maybe could expect me to wait forever, but you didn't. You didn't trust me enough to even give me that choice. I'm sorry, but what do you expect from me after you left? You're right, I left, and I also thought it was the right decision. But on the bus, while I'm out here with everyone and you're not, I've been thinking about whether all this was really right. I wonder if we could make it despite the long-distance relationship. Why did... That comes as a surprise, Alex. Are you serious? I thought you were convinced that it would be better for both of us. I don't know if it's good to stir things up again. I thought you were convinced it was best for both of us. Even like 2 days ago, you were still saying that. I know, I was too. But now, I just realized I can't really cope with it. Do you think we could maybe spend an evening together after the festival? Just the two of us to talk about everything again? You mean in the first place? That sounds great, but are you really sure that's what you want? I want to be honest, Alex. I'm afraid we'll just hurt each other even more. I'm sorry, Alex, but this insight has come a little too late. I mean, yes, I am. I just want us to be honest with each other. And who knows, maybe it really will work out. Maybe. But I don't know. I know I've been really hard on Alex, but like, it's because he hasn't been talking with his partner about what they both want. And now he's at least realizing that that was his mistake, right? So, am I going to have to pick between 3 different guys? Or is Robin going to die? Because I don't want him to. But this game doesn't have as many characters as, like, The Sign did. Like, I feel like any character dying, except maybe Ron, would be a huge loss. I just don't want anyone to die. Like, everyone has value. Because first of all, I mean, like, I guess Nils could die too, but he's Leon. And so I don't want him to leave the game because he's Leon. But also, then the suspect list gets shorter. And it becomes the same group of people who I don't want to die. Deal. After the festival, we take all the time we need. To be honest, I have my doubts, but you're worth it. Maybe it's worth the risk. Let's just see where it leads. I don't know. I do have my doubts. And I don't know if he's worth it. Maybe it's worth the risk. Let's just see where it leads. I mean, I guess he is worth it, right? We were in a long-term relationship for a while. He handled it poorly. And it does feel to me like it's just him wanting what he can't have, coming back and seeing, like, he was happy to think about me sitting around for 2 months missing him and being the one who was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. But when it's all of a sudden me, like, seeming like maybe I'm moving on with my life, then he's like, oh no. Like, it does feel a little bit like he doesn't want me. He just doesn't want to see me move on from him. And honestly, it feels like we're in Savvy territory all over again. So I do have my doubts. But I also think that I made the decision to stay friends with him, sort of. And it's only been 2 months and we were together for a long time. I owe it, like, he is worth at least hearing out. Thank you very much. That really means a lot to me. I know it's going to be complicated, but at least I want to know that we tried. What did I agree to? I agreed to just talk about it, right? I didn't agree. Like, I didn't agree that we're back together, right? Like, we're not going to have this big old Sevy style blow up later when I decide I like Luca more or something, right? What did I just agree to? I just agreed to, like, talk, right? That's what I agreed to? I feel like I seem like I'm, like, really wishy-washy because I've been, like, super hard on Alex this whole time. But I wanna clarify that I'm, like, I'm thinking about this through the lens of my character, which is a little difficult to do when it's like, this is not the boyfriend I've been broken up with for 2 months. But, like, the way it ended, like, she deserves to be a part of the conversation. Like, this character deserves to be a part of the conversation to decide if it should be over or not. And it feels like he hadn't given her that chance before. And it feels like the big thing, the big issue that I had with the way that, like, is not somebody. Like, I said this before, but I don't know if it was clear. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a young person, I mean, mostly unattached in the sense of, like, not having a mortgage and a kid or kids and a dog and a wedding, like, a marriage together, and saying like, hey, I had this great opportunity to go abroad. I'm going to take it. There's a difference between like that is acceptable at his age in the type of relationship that they're in. I understand that. I get that. But what I don't get is deciding that and then saying, you know what? You need somebody who can be close to you. I'm going to break up with you. Instead of being like, I know you need somebody who can be close to you. Do you really believe we can make this work? And it sounds like he didn't have that conversation. And that's the part I take issue with. But like, so I know it seems like a sharp like 180, but I'm thinking about not necessarily taking him back, but like having the conversation, like being given the chance to have the conversation that this person should have had with you 2 months ago. And I think that my character deserves that. I mean, that's it. That's all. Like, I think she deserves to have the conversation with the person who broke her heart that she deserved to have 2 months ago. And whether you can make it work long distance after that trust has been broken in that way seems kind of unlikely to me, honestly. I also have my doubts that they could make it work. These two crazy kids could make it work after that. But if their big problem in the relationship was this communication issue, and he realized on his own, then maybe there's value in it. Or there's at the very least a path forward as friends that doesn't feel this bitter. Because I feel bitterness on her behalf. Like, I feel genuine bitterness towards Alex. And just towards the idea of this person, like, ending this relationship this way. Like, I'm, like, full method acting here. I'm like, Alex, what a jerk. Okay, let's get back into it. I did pause the recording for a minute, and I'm only telling you that because we're on a different screen now than we left off. And in that time, I was thinking about, like, how it seems so, not out of character, but, like, I've been so hard on Alex through this, and now all of a sudden I'm like, well, okay, let's talk about it. And so you might still, if you're listening to this, you might still think I'm just like being wishy-washy or something, but I at least tried to explain my reasoning. And now we can move on. I don't have to sit here and dwell on this forever. But I feel like we're fast forwarding through plot points. Which on the one hand is good because we're not having, I could go a whole other episode, this and then the next episode without talking to Mom about her garden gnomes and her cannabis tea. I could go a whole, like, until episode 3 before we talk to Mom about her tea and her gnomes again. I would be fine with that. But, so I don't want a bunch of filler conversations. But I feel like we're fast forwarding through plot points. Like Alex already being like, oh, I want you back. And I mean, I feel like Savvy didn't blatantly come out and say it and put you on the spot like that until like episode 3 at least of his game. And that was of a 5-episode game. I'm assuming this one is also 6 episodes like most of the other ones, but I don't know. I'm concerned about how quickly the storyline is advancing here and what that means for the rest of the narrative, but we'll see. I mean, I appreciate it. It makes it for an interesting episode 1, but I'm just worried about how quickly it's advancing and what they're going to have to do to keep it interesting in the later ones. But I need to trust the writers because they haven't let me down yet. Or the authors, I should say. Indigo, we're about to arrive. I can't believe there's supposed to be a festival in this area. It looks like, I better not say it, horror movie? Like the ideal location for a massacre? Like a place where shady cops try to lure people into their cars? Like an area where a stranger asks if you can lend him an axe? Why did I say axe and send a hit emoji? Exactly. Where Google Street View says, not here, friends. Not here, friendo. You're impossible. But honestly, the fog makes it really difficult to recognize anything. Is that the same road that Ina and Samuel were driving down in Orphans? It's just like a wooded road, but I'm just saying it could be the same road. It could be. Kind of reminds me of the movie The Fog. Remember, this used to be a hunting ground, and there are stories. I'll keep my fingers crossed that you reach your destination safe and sound soon. It kind of reminds me of the movie The Fog. That gives me an idea, guys. I haven't seen The Fog. I've activated speech recognition. I know. So don't worry, Indigo. I've got both ants on the wheel. Hands, damn it. I love speech. I love speech to text jokes in these games. That and the whole Amber and somebody else, I don't think it's a spoiler, but and Carla thing where she's like, she had to take her phone away. She can't have it. And she's like, and then she gets her phone back for a second, and then Amber takes it away again. That was a fun bit. But then also, there was a funny one in The Healing with Wolf using speech recognition. But that would be a spoiler. Nils, you really need to work on your pronunciation. So do I. Oh my gosh, I've been editing these, and I was like, there was something where, I mean, I corrected it on the spot, but there are other times where I'm like, what am I even saying? So I'm with you, Nils. I'm with you on that. Watch out, a confused driver with ants at the wheel. Please leave the voice recognition on. I urgently need new favorite quotes. And I need you guys to arrive in one piece. I swear I'll make a collection of his best fails. You guys are mean, but okay, I'll leave it on. I'm just imagining the policeman from earlier yelling, "Ants up!" Ants where I could see them. Haha, very funny, you clowns. Now we've laughed enough. Back to my idea. How about we bridge the last tiles with a little horror kiss? What? And and I'm like, what? He meant Miles and quiz Indigo. Horror kiss is more when Ron tries to be romantic. I was thinking it would be like Alex finally making his move on Robin. Finally hitting on him for real. And tell that to not because that would be a horror, but like they're in the middle of a horror movie and then they have a kiss. Is what I was thinking. Tell that to the ladies who still write me love letters because of my kiss. Despite therapy. That's a weird thing to brag about, especially when you're trying to hook up with another person. Anyway, if you're up for the quiz, say boo. Boo yourself. Boo. 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 But only if questions aren't too scary. Why would the questions be scary? Boo, so I can show you that I know more than all of you put together. You said you didn't. You said you're a horror movie noob. It's literally what you said like 5 minutes ago. Boo, here we go, Nils. Give us the creeps. I'll tell you right away, I'm really not a horror movie expert. Boo. No thanks, I'll leave the fun to you. Boo. Give us the creeps. Okay, here are the rules. I ask you questions. Everyone gets one. If you answer at least 4 questions correctly, I'll shout you a round of drinks at the festival. He means shoot. And if anyone gets stuck, we have the best Joker of all time, Indigo. What? Okay, Joker mode activated. Hope you won't need me. Great, so if you messed it up, I get to take the blame. Wow, free beer at the festival, and what's in it for me? Okay. Don't say that. If you win, I'll send you Bix for a drink. Then you can celebrate with us. Let's get started. The first of 5 questions goes to Alex. A relaxed warm-up. What is the name of the murderer in the first part of Scream? Seriously? Ghostface, of course. That's right, Alex. But a little extra info. There were 2 murderers. Would you have known that too? Yes. One was Matthew Lillard, and the other was... No, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen Scream. Not really. Of course, we're not beginners. Not really. Billy and Stu. Come on, Nils. I love Scream. Isn't that the movie we were watching Isn't that the movie we were watching where I was hiding behind him the whole time or something? Okay, I'm impressed. You've earned your first point. Okay, but now I'm not making it quite so easy for you anymore. Sophie, the second question is for you. What's the name of the hotel in The Shining? Oh god, I know that. Wait a minute. Something about overcooked, right? That might apply to your steak. Indigo, your turn. Okay, sorry, I'm afraid I'll have to pass. Okay, I'll try it. I think it's I'll know it when I see it. Oh, it's not the Bates. Isn't it the Overlook? Correct. It is the Overlook Hotel. Yes! I didn't cheat. Indigo, without you, we'd be in a real mess. Relax, guys. You still have 3 questions to go. Ron, it's your turn. Oh, he means everyone in the group. Everything has been easy so far. Go ahead. What is the name of the city in which it is set? Why are you asking me such a difficult question? Boo. So I can show you that I know more than all of you put together. Well, Alex with the receipts, man. I better start collecting for our big conversation because otherwise he'll come right back at me with other things I've said. I don't know. Is it some ghost town? Ghostville? Ghostville, sure. I mean, who would remember that? Me, for example, the city is called... I'm afraid I have to agree with Ron. Unfortunately, I don't know either. Sorry, guys. I'll know when I see it. Me, for example, the city is called... It's Derry, right? I think it's Derry. Yes, that's right. Derry. Wow, Indigo, you're a walking horror movie encyclopedia. I have multiple choice options. That's making it a lot easier. How do you do that? Do you secretly have it on continuous loop or whatever, or what? I mean, no, but it is... Isn't Derry like a town that Stephen King goes back to repeatedly? I was looking this up recently for something. I don't know why I was looking this up, but I was actually looking up it recently. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the movie, but Jimmy, now it's your turn. Get ready. Let's go into space. Which horror movie has the tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream"? Is that Gravity? No. Oh boy. Star Wars? I admit it. I have no idea. Indigo, we need you. Save Jimmy, otherwise this will be more embarrassing than his last flirting attempt. How do you know about that? Or do you mean the last one before that? The last one that you know about. Right, okay, got it. That's right, all eyes are on you, make us proud. Sit back, I think I know it. You all know the movie. Oh no, I have absolutely no idea. Sorry, guys. Alien. Is it Alien? I want to look it up. I don't want to let the gang down. I think it's Alien. But I'll look up Alien tagline, so I'm not technically cheating. Alien tagline. I think it's Alien. I think I just saw this on a Good Mythical Morning episode recently. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I thought it was something else. I probably thought it was Gravity then too. But then they said Alien, and I was like, oh yeah. Boom! I wanted to hear that. Honestly, I should dedicate a separate quiz to you. I already won a quiz once today. The music quiz, remember? This has been a long day. This has been one long day. How do I save my incompetent friends from dying of thirst? Okay, Nils, it's my turn. I'll show you how to do it properly now. And most importantly, how to relieve you of 5 free beers. Ready, Quizmaster? Didn't we already get 4 right? Unfortunately, not a vampire question, but one that is very appropriate today. Last question. What is the name of the campsite in the first Friday the 13th movie? I thought we only had to get 4 right. Didn't we get 4 right? Didn't we get 4? Wait. Camp Happy Sunshine? No, wait a minute. Crystal something. Crystal Waters? Crystal Waters? Close, Robin. It's Crystal Waters could be right, Robin. I think you've got it. Robin, I think you've got it. I don't know the answer. I really don't know. Crystal Lake. I don't know if that's right. Absolutely right. Camp Crystal Lake. I was a guess. That was a pure guess. I had no idea. Does that mean I get Bix? Cool. Well, that's it then. Looks like we really nailed the quiz. You have answered all 5 questions correctly. Does that mean you're really shouting us something? Well, strictly speaking, you only made it thanks to Indigo. Yeah, you guys all were pretty bad at this. I guess I'm the joker of the day, but the main thing is we made it. Strictly speaking, we don't care what you think. A deal's a deal. Nils is right. The real winner is me, so I get the free drinks too. You wish. Nope, I stand by my word. Everyone gets exactly 1 free drink on me. I received 5 Bics from Nils. And as promised, Indigo. Yay. And Indigo? I'm gonna order a VIP drink at the festival and ask the waiter to call it Indigo the Joker. Yay. I'll put it on my to-do list. Make a video of Nils making a fool of himself. How about a little fan quiz in return, Nils? Let's see how much you know about the Sonic Rebels. No time. We'll be there any minute. Nope, not quite yet. According to the map I received from Radio 3XL, we have to drive a little further to the VIP area. We're camping in the VIP area? Yeah, because of me and my quiz knowledge. And my fast thumbs. And by thumbs, I mean other fingers that are not my thumbs. Because I used a keyboard on a computer. Jimmy, the VIPs are the rebels. At most, we're the supporting cast. Ron is right. Our campsite is just somewhere nearby. But somehow, it's really eerily quiet here. The silence will be over the day after tomorrow evening at the latest. Eerily quiet. Has Ron fallen asleep? You wanted to get there so early. All the normal people won't be here until tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It was Jimmy who came up with the brilliant idea. Yeah, because he knew Herbert was coming. Arrived 2 days early, perfect for being swallowed up by fog monsters in the middle of nowhere. Thank you, Jimmy. Who wants to be a normal guy when you can have adventures? Amen, Jimmy. This is why we're best friends. While we're on the subject, time to clarify who's sharing a tent with whom. Or has to share. We have 3 double tents. Who will share a tent with Ron? Any volunteers? Maybe Ron just needs a single tent. Then he can enjoy his monologues in peace and quiet. Guys, come on, give Ron a chance. I bet everyone's trying to ignore your question. Come on, give Ron a chance. Thank you, Indigo. You're acting as if I have the plague. That's so unfair. Yeah, I just don't want Sophie sharing a tent with them. But I have the deluxe extra large tent. with a panoramic roof, underfloor heating, and a built-in snore filter. You're out in the woods. No one cares about snoring. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't. Ron, even if your tent had a hot tub, Netflix, and a beer tap, I'd rather stand in the rain. Man, Jimmy, don't be mean. Because I don't like it when people are mean to you. So why even mean to Ron? Admit it, Jimmy. You'd even sit on Ron's lap for a beer tap. Come on, guys, you're being a bit mean and superficial right now. Someone has to take pity on Ron and share a tent with him. Someone has to take pity on Ron, and share a tent with him. Great, so now I have to rely on mercy. So, no volunteers. Yeah, that was the best I could do for you, Ron. I can't. Please don't say Sophie. All right, Ron. I'm afraid you'll have to sleep outside. Guys, before this generates into endless discussions again, we still have a bag of chips with the names here. Let's just draw lots, deal? Good idea, Robin. Deal, that saves us a great deal of time. Risky with Ron in the tent, the festival is over for Sophie. Exactly, better save your energy for putting up the tent. Now it's getting serious. The bag of chips will decide over friendships. Save your energy for putting up the tent because I read the loading screens. Oh, God. Ron. My tent pitches itself, guys. You'll be amazed when you see what luxury really means. I think he actually means he has one of those tents that pitches itself. But for a second, I thought he was saying something else. And I'm like, Ron, come on. All right, I'll make a stop. Let's hope the chip bag has mercy. I'm just waiting for someone to yell, "That's fake, draw again." Come on, who would be so rude? Nils, peace. Jimmy, me. Robin raises his hand. Alex. Guys, can we please finally start? I can't stand this nerve-wracking tension any longer. I hope Alex and Robin are in the same tent, kind of. Drum roll, please. The first tent goes up. Jimmy and Ron. Let's call it the luxury tent of suffering. All right, guys. Great. My personal horror festival is already starting. 2 alpha males in a tent. That will be dynamic. The second... Yeah. Yes, that's exactly. The second tent goes to... Oh, Alex and me. Yeah, that's how... Well, Sophie shouldn't have to be alone, but also... She shouldn't have to share it with smelly boys. Okay. I already have the perfect tent name for you. Rolex. Because you're high class and luxury guys. My Rolex. Good one, Jimmy. Fits perfectly. Shines like Ron's ego and is just as overpriced. I was going to say they're luxury, whatever I just said. Quality guys. The tent name would suit me better. Sounds like my last purchase. Quiet, Ron. And, like, keep it in your pants, guys. Like, no pissing contest, please. And the last tent. Oh, right. Sophie's not alone. Okay, good. Goes to Nils and Sophie. Name suggestions? How about tent without money? Jesus Christ, this guy. Didn't you want to be less of an asshole, Ron? But it's not completely inaccurate. Nils can play me a few songs on the guitar. Only if you promise not to sing along. Damn! Looks like I'm the big winner again. Hey, Jimmy, at least you're cozy and warm with the floor heating and a free view of the stars. Hey, look on the bright side. Big winners also need big challenges. Maybe you'll find a girl at the festival who will let you enter her tent. At least you're cozy with the floor heating and a free view of the stars, and you don't have to worry about pitching in the tent. Pure luxury, of course, but I would have liked a different partner. Exactly. Instead of someone with a big ego, Jamie would have preferred big... Oh my god, guys, we're almost at the VIP area. I can hardly believe we've almost made it. A big penis? Big what? I'm so excited! Guys, it really looks like our special campsite is just a muddy cow meadow. Ew. I hope you packed your wellies. Okay, are we British now? Sophie, take a deep breath. Don't fall over with rebel love. I'm really looking forward to seeing what awaits you there. I hope you packed your wellies. Sure, I always have a pair of fashionable Good lord. I always have a pair of fashionable festival boots with me. Wellies? No way. I'll go barefoot. Pure festival feel. Ew, and cow poop? Cow manure is so gross smelling. Wellies or not, Indigo, we'll have a blast. Thanks for reminding me. Well, then all that remains is to say, see you later, Indigo. Hold the couch down. Hey, doing more than just hanging out on the couch. Me and Wolf are gonna have beers tomorrow. It's just that today has been the longest day ever. It feels like it's been a whole week of days or more. But tomorrow, me and Wolf are having beers and catching up. So I've got those big plans. And I also have a friendship meetup, let's call it, with a particular coworker at work. Let's call them Petra. 'Cause I don't want a 7 level blow up. I don't want that. I know I'm giving away spoilers, but not really a big spoiler. I just don't want it. Exactly, and don't worry, we'll keep you posted exclusively from the VIP swamp. I can't wait. I'll let you know as soon as I see the rebels. It's gonna be epic. I can't wait. If Ron doesn't kill the mood fest, it's bound to be great. See you later. So, Indigo, make yourself comfortable at home. We'll rock along for you. Don't forget to take some embarrassing photos for me. I want to know everything. Counting on you, and if you meet the rebels, get me an autograph. Don't worry, I'll keep the couch down and celebrate with you in my thoughts. Take embarrassing photos for me. I want to see everything. Embarrassing photos, no problem. You'll laugh, cry, and shake your head, I promise. I can see it already. The pictures will go viral and I'll be the star. See you soon, Indigo. You won't miss a thing. We'll be in touch. Thanks, guys. I love you. Have fun and don't do anything stupid. Thanks. Enjoy and let me know when you get there. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop here. But yeah, that was fun. I have concerns about the plot and how quickly certain parts of it are advancing, but I do like hanging out with this gang of friends. It's a pretty fun group. It's a little bit too, like, mean-spirited, I guess, and a little too, like, haha, everything's a joke. Like, sometimes that gets annoying, but it's also kind of fun. I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's not quite as, like, mean-spirited as the joking, like, in The Sign or whatever. And yeah, I'm just having fun. I am getting really tired and I'm, like, kind of my eyes are feeling heavy. I'm still sitting up and everything, but I feel like as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm gonna go to sleep. So, but yeah, that was fun. I'm having fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what else to say except fun, 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 fun. Till Daddy takes the T-bird away. All right. Ta-ta!